Dear students, today we will discuss Third Thought by E.V. Lucas. First, we will talk about E.V. Lucas. Edward Burrell Lucas, 1868 to 1938, was an English humorist, essayist, playwright, biographer, publisher, poet, novelist, short story writer, and editor. Born to a Quaker family, Lucas began work at the age of 16 as a bookseller. After that, he turned to journalism and worked on a local paper in Brighton and then on a London evening paper. He was commissioned to write a biography of Bernard Bertrand, the Quaker poet. This led to further commissions, including the editing of the works of Charles Lamb. Lucas joined the staff of humorous magazine Punch in 1904 and remained there for the rest of his life. He was a prolific writer, most celebrated for his short essays, but he also produced verses, novels, and plays. From 1908 to 1924, Lucas combined his work as a writer and that of publisher's reader for Matthew and Company. In 1924, he was appointed chairman of the company. Now we will talk about the third thoughts. The story The Third Thought by E.V. Lucas is a great satire to the common human mentality. This story was told to Lucas by his friend who had a business, especially buying in dearer, higher price and selling in cheap. However, he always used to bear loss. He used to think that one day the luck would favor him. As he thought, once he earned abnormal profit by selling Turner's painting at £50, which he had bought at only 10 shillings from Curio shop at Cathedral City. He was really happy and excited for the first time in his business, so he wanted to share half of his profit with the dealer. But since he had no stamp to send the parcel, he went to the bed. When he woke up at 3:30 a.m., again he began to think that sharing half of the profit is not good idea because no one had done this to him yet. Then he thought of giving £10 due to unexpectedly earned abnormal profit. He was not feeling sleepy. Still, he thought £5 will be plenty rather than £10. In the morning, while he was dressing up, he thought it is the first time he gained profit, so why to share large part of it with dealer. Finally, he decided to give £1. He put check and parcel in his pocket and went to the club for lunch. There he played bridge and lost all his money. At last, he even did not give single penny to the dealer. This was the story of the third thoughts. Now we will discuss literal comprehension of the essay. Third Thought is a story by Lucas in which the writer is narrating an event that took place in his life of his friend. The writer narrates chronologically an arrangement of events in time, how his friend went into economic slum regularly in his business, how he got unexpected profit and how he again failed in the world of business. In the story, initially, at the beginning, the writer tells why his friend turned into an unsuccessful businessman. The narrator says it was because his friend purchased expensive goods in expensive markets and sold those things in the cheaper prices. Because of this, he was in despair. The world of business is full of gambling involved with risk. Sometimes business is favorable, yielding, bearing, affording profit, and sometimes it yield loss. The human elements like sense of responsibility, morality, and after all, human emotions do not have any role to play within the world of business. The job is done with buyer and seller once the transaction is carried out in between the two parties. It is in the sense that business dealer or seller always expect to take more money as much as possible from the customer, and while on the other hand a buyer always intends to buy in a lowest price. Therefore, human impulse and emotions do not have any place in the world of business. In the story, the writer's friend only understands this truth of success in business the moment he loses all his money. The idea expressed in the story are to somewhat unconvincing. We do not have any evidence to trust that writer's friend always loses. Further, can be convincing such an expensive painting is impossible to found in such a small shop. The most important thing how the central character imagines to share his profit just for nothing in the world of business. It is hard to believe that business is only for profit and it does not give any value to human sensibilities and emotions. The idea of sharing business profit is presented humorously. So the question comes, is it justifiable? So now you can say that the essay Third Thought is a great satire to the common human mentality.